If you've ever watched a plant die and had no idea what went wrong, this video is for you. You watered it. You gave it sunlight. You did everything the seed packet told you to do. And still, yellow leaves, wilting stems, or worse, nothing came up at all. I've been there. After 40 years of getting my hands dirty, I've made every single one of these mistakes myself. And here's what I've learned. Most of the time, it's not the plant. It's something simple we're doing wrong without even knowing it. By the end of this video, you'll know the 7 most common gardening mistakes beginners make, and exactly how to fix them, starting today. Now, here's the thing. Nobody tells new gardeners. When you first start growing, you're excited, and that excitement often works against you. You water too much. You crowd your plants. You pull things out of the ground wondering why they haven't sprouted after 3 days. Trust me, I've done all of it. These mistakes aren't about being a bad gardener. They're about being an enthusiastic one. And once you understand what's actually happening in your soil, everything changes. So let's walk through these one at a time. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Count how many of these you've made. No judgment here. Every gardener has. The number 1 killer of garden plants is not neglect. It's love. Too much love with a watering can. When you water every single day, the roots never get a chance to breathe. They rot. And a plant with rotting roots looks exactly like a plant that's thirsty. Yellow leaves, drooping stems. So the gardener sees that, thinks, oh no, it needs more water, and makes the problem worse. Here's the fix. And this is the simplest thing. Stick your finger into the soil up to your second knuckle. If the soil feels damp at that depth, do not water. If it feels dry, water deeply. Once, not a sprinkle. Your plants want a deep drink, not a daily sip. That's Grandpa's watering rule. 1 finger, 2 inches. If it's damp, walk away.
This is going to be the best one yet.
I see this all the time. Someone buys a beautiful tomato seedling in April, plants it on the first warm weekend, and 2 weeks later, a late frost kills it overnight. Every plant has a temperature it needs, not just to grow, but to survive. Tomatoes and peppers need warm soil at least 55 degrees before they'll even begin to establish roots. Plant them too early and they just sit there, stressed, waiting for warmth that hasn't arrived yet. The fix is simple. Find your last frost date. You can look it up for your area online in 30 seconds. Wait 2 weeks after that date for warm weather crops. For cool weather crops like lettuce and spinach, you can plant 2 to 4 weeks before that date. Patience at the beginning means abundance at the end. Most beginners think soil is just dirt. It's not. Soil is alive, and if your soil is dead, if it's just compacted clay or sandy dust, your plants will struggle no matter how much you water or fertilize. Here's how to tell if your soil needs help. Dig a small hole about 6 inches deep. Grab a handful of the soil from the bottom. Squeeze it. If it forms a tight, sticky ball, you have too much clay. If it falls apart instantly and feels gritty, you have too much sand. The fix for both problems is the same. Compost, organic matter. Work 2 to 3 inches of compost into your soil before you plant anything. It fixes clay by loosening it. It fixes sand by helping it hold water. And it feeds your plants slowly the way nature intended. That seed packet says, space 12 inches apart. And I know what you're thinking. Surely they don't mean that. I can fit more. Look at all this empty space. I've done it. And what happens is that your plants compete for water, nutrients, and sunlight. They grow tall and spindly, trying to reach over each other. And because there's no airflow between them, diseases spread like wildfire. 2 tomato plants properly spaced will give you more fruit than 6 tomato plants packed together. I've tested this. It's true. Follow the spacing on the packet. If it says 12 inches, give it 12 inches. Your plants will thank you by actually producing food. This is the one most people don't think about. They plant, they water, they walk away, and within a week the soil surface is dry and cracked and the weeds have already started moving in. Mulch, just a 2-inch layer of straw, shredded leaves, or wood chips around your plants, does 3 things at once. It holds moisture in the soil so you water less often. It blocks weeds from sprouting. And as it breaks down, it feeds your soil. For a senior gardener especially, mulch is a gift to yourself. Less watering, less weeding, less bending over, all from scattering some straw around your plants one time. More is not better. I need you to hear that. When you over-fertilize, especially with synthetic fertilizers, you're giving your plants the equivalent of a sugar rush. They put out a burst of soft, fast growth, and then they crash. Worse, that tender new growth is exactly what pests and diseases love to attack. And here's another one. If you give your tomatoes a fertilizer that's too high in nitrogen, you'll grow the most beautiful, lush, green tomato plant you've ever seen, with no tomatoes on it, because nitrogen pushes leaf growth at the expense of fruit. Use a balanced organic fertilizer. Follow the instructions on the package, not more, not less. And for vegetables, look for a fertilizer labeled for fruiting plants, not lawns. This is the one that breaks my heart, because I've seen it happen to friends, to family, to neighbors. They try gardening once. Something goes wrong, and they say, "I just don't have a green thumb," and never try again. Nobody has a green thumb. Nobody is born knowing how to garden. A green thumb is just the result of paying attention, making mistakes, and learning from them. That's it. Every gardener I know has killed more plants than they've grown. The difference is they kept going. They said, "Okay, that didn't work. What can I do differently next time?" Your first garden might not look like the pictures. That's fine. Your second one will be better. By your third season, you'll be giving advice to your neighbors. This is how it works. So let me give you the quick summary. 7 mistakes, 7 fixes. 1. Water deeply, not daily. Finger tests every time. 2. Plant at the right time. Know your frost dates. 3. Feed your soil with compost. It's the foundation of everything. 4. Give your plants room to breathe. Space them properly. 5. Mulch. It's the easiest gift you'll ever give your garden. 6. Fertilize gently. More is not better. 7. Don't give up. Gardening is learned, not born. Now, here's something interesting. If you're over 60 and you're just starting out, there's one mistake that matters more than all the others combined. And I didn't include it in this list because it deserves its own video. I made a video on easy vegetables to grow for seniors, and I'll put that link right here and in the description. Gardening doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need expensive tools or fancy techniques, just a little bit of knowledge, some patience, and the willingness to learn. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I'm still learning every season. That's the beautiful thing about a garden. It teaches you as much as you teach it. Thank you for spending this time with me in the garden. Which of these 7 mistakes have you made? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll be there to answer your questions. I'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of your garden.